We're about to take you inside a mass exodus. Desperate refugees braving a life or death journey across international waters. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran is in Greece tonight as they arrive by the boatload. Many now finding that the chaos isn't over even if they make it to land. Can their prayers really be answered on European shores?
The scenes coming out of Europe are staggering. Children crawling under razor wire. People walking mile after mile under the blazing summer sun. Whole families who have nothing but what they can carry on the move. An exodus, the greatest mass migration here since the Second World War. From Hungary, where today the main train station in Budapest was evacuated, simply overwhelmed by migrants, to the Macedonian-Serbian border in chaos today, to Austria and that grisly discovery last week of 71 bodies in the back of a truck. Europe's borders are buckling. At least 350,000 refugees and migrants have illegally entered Europe just so far this year. That's nearly triple the number all last year. And every single person has a story. Meet Fahad. He's part of that exodus too. 10 months old, a bold little character, happily bellowing at the world. Traveling the long, hard road with all the others. We met Fahad and his family in a dusty park in the city of Izmir, Turkey. They'd been there for a week. They're Syrian. There's Fahad, his mom Batul, his dad Mohammed, his brother and 2 sisters. Mohammed was a career military man in Syria, a steady job and a nice house too, he tells us. Hard to imagine that now. He left the army to fight the regime of Bashar al-Assad. Then Assad's murderous bombing and the rise of ISIS forced them to flee. Their ultimate goal, Germany, to find work and asylum. Batul, she tries to stay strong for her kids and her husband, but sometimes...
Have you ever felt that you want to give up?
That's it. She remembers of a particularly bad time. We were going to go back. She is 29 years old. Izmir is a city where hundreds of thousands of migrants, just like Fahad and his family, have come because Turkey has now become the key to the entire exodus. A river of humanity fleeing from war and terror in Syria and beyond. They come through Turkey, then to Greece, Macedonia and Serbia in the Balkans, into Hungary, finally Austria, Germany, and the rest of Europe. So we came here to join them on that journey. So we're heading into the bus station, the main bus station in Izmir. This is a crucial point on the refugees' journey as they arrive in Izmir, the jumping off point for Greece and the promised land of Europe beyond. You can tell the refugees right away. Their anxious, weary faces, their grimy clothes, their massive packs. And most head straight to the same place. It's the place where you can find the smugglers, the middlemen, the gangsters who can get you across to Greece. Basmane, the neighborhood's called. Everywhere you look, refugees, mostly Syrian. Some have been here for days, others for weeks. The smugglers are charging $1,100 for adults, half price for kids. That's a life savings for many, and the risks in these open boats are unspeakable. Local merchants are profiting on the desperation.
This is a life preserver? It looks like a toy. It says, "This is not a life-saving device. This is for a little child."
The store owner didn't want us around after that. This year, more than 2,300 migrants from across the Middle East and Africa have drowned in the Mediterranean trying to get to Europe. Back in Izmir, we find a middleman, the guy who connects the refugees with the smugglers. And he spoke to us after collecting some cash in the street on condition we didn't show his face. He claims he does not profit from this business, and then he startles us.
Would you put your children on one of these boats?
Yes. I have, he says. His 14-year-old son is in Hungary. He's Syrian, a refugee too, now part of the people smuggling business.
This is the central staging area. People wait here for a phone call from their smuggler. They get in a taxi and they go to the beach.
Mohammed gets the call and they go to the beach. The children play there, as children will, but he is scared. The smugglers didn't want our cameras there, but this is what it's like. On a beach south of here, another group sets out, wading into the surf, getting packed into that flimsy dinghy. They're all headed to Greece, the first stop in Europe.
We're taking the easy way to Greece. We're on a ferry. That is Turkey over there. 8 miles across the water is the island of Chios. That's Greece. The channel right now on a summer's evening looks very calm, but it can be treacherous. And that is where the Syrian refugees are desperate to get to.
We land on the Greek island of Chios, and there they are, Mohammed and his family. They made it. I thought I was going to die, Mohammed tells me. Their cell phone videos show how packed that rubber boat was, the fear on the children's faces, and the seas got very rough later.
The boat was so rough on the seas that all of your bags and all of your belongings went into the water?
Everything, he says. They're exhausted, no place to go, but they're in Greece, only 1,000 miles or so to Germany. Ahead of them,
what is the problem? Mama, little babies, okay.
The chaos at borders, the 100-mile-long razor wire fence that Hungary has built, that burning sun, the police looking to get some control over this human tide, and no idea if they will find that new life in Germany, if they even make it there. But tonight, as they waited aboard a Greek government ferry that will take them north, they were bright, eager, clear eyes, full hearts.
Your family has been through so much hardship, difficulty, and yet I see your children and I see you, and you're smiling. You're happy. How can you be so happy?
We are looking to the future, a better future, he says. We say goodbye.
Bye-bye, little boy.
And they are off. This one Syrian family we have come to hope for, pray for, love. Godspeed to them all. For Nightline, I'm Terry Moran on the island of Chios, Greece.